Okay, right. Thanks for having me. I'm Wes. For those of you who don't know me, I wear a few hats, and one of them is this. I'm the custodian of the Cosgrove Hall Archive, and I have been for the last 5 years or so. I'm going to talk briefly for a few minutes about the Cosgrove Hall Archive, what it is, what we do, and just to raise a little bit of support, really, and an awareness within our group, and hopefully you'll take that news away and share it with everybody else. Cosgrove Hall was founded in 1976 by Brian and Mark, as we all know, and they went on to produce some of the greatest shows, such as Danger Mouse, Wind in the Willows, Chorlton and the Wheelies, the BFG, etc. And over the years, the company changed hands many times, and its eventual owners, ITV, decided that at the height of the recession that they should call it a day, and they shut the doors on the studios for good. I was fortunate enough, actually, to work for Cosgrove Hall, and I was even more fortunate to then go on and work for ITV, based in Granada Studios down in Key Street, because when they shut the studios, I just seemed to be in the right place at the right time, and all of the collateral from the studios that had been produced over 30 more years all ended up in a loading bay, kind of in Granada Studios, and I was like, wow! And also, oh, what a shame, you know, all of these lovely objects of things that had created so much fun and happiness and brought joy to so many kids around the world was just, well, essentially just kind of packaged up and left well, we don't know what would have happened to it, to be fair. So I kind of started a bit of a campaign with ITV and started jumping through many hoops. And I suppose it was a moment of madness and torment and worry, and certainly a little bit of financial burden. But after like 5 years of campaigning with ITV, we finally raised enough interest for somebody to kind of help us take the project on. And that kind of support came in the way of support from the Sale Waterside Arts Centre, a guy called Richard Evans and Rachel de Garval-Leff shared the passion and enthusiasm in the Cosgrove Hall Archive as I did. You know, I certainly kind of owe a lot of my career to what Brian and Mark made all those years ago. I was brought up on Danger Mouse and Count Duckula, and if it wasn't for those shows, I don't think I'd be stood here today, and maybe, you know, some of us in this room mightn't be here, or even this event might not be on today if it wasn't for what Brian and Mark had set up all of those years ago. And I was just absolutely overjoyed that, you know, certainly with Richard, he was sharing the same passion. So kind of, we sent out, what would you call it, like a petition, an online kind of get involved, kind of sign up and help save the Cosgrove Hall Archive. A lot of you in this room might have signed it and not really knew what you were signing up for, but it was kind of a prerequisite from the National Lottery Heritage Fund, and what they wanted to do was for us to kind of garner interest in the project, and thankfully there was enough signatures on the piece of paper for them to kind of part with a load of cash. And then with a lot of financial support from the Sale Waterside Arts Centre and the Arts Council in England, we managed to raise enough cash to move the archive from its current location into a new location and then put on an exhibition. So a quick update really on where we're at with it. We've uncovered some real gems within the collection. There's some 200 complete puppets from productions dating back from the start of the studios, and we've uncovered the original puppets to Grandma Briggs, the first stop-motion animated series out of the studios. We've uncovered a very rare Ray Harryhausen Cyclops puppet, and I think Ian McKinnon's gone, actually, but McKinnon Saunders, obviously, over the years, made a lot of these puppets. And this one, the Ray Harryhausen Cyclops, was from a production with Ray and his team that was never made. We found the original Ivor Wood Postman Pat puppets, and I tell you what, this time 5 years ago, eBay would have been my best friend if I knew they were there. But there's obviously countless pencil sketches and workings from all sorts of forgotten shows. They keep on growing. And the exhibition itself, which launched only 3 weeks ago, has had some 3,000 visitors so far. So that's kind of 1,000 people a week they're doing at the moment, which is just brilliant news, not only for the archive, but obviously for the Sale Waterside Arts Centre as well. Brian is personally thrilled we've managed to save his legacy, and Mark's family equally is pleased too, but the hard work has only just begun. I liken the Sale at Watersides now to, it's a bit of an old people's home for cartoons. The team are starting the monumental task of cataloguing every item in the collection, which will eventually go onto a public database. As you can see here, we've got one of our friends. This is Badger from Wind in the Willows, and when we found him, and he was in a super sorry state. And we thought it was best to strip him back to his armature, because literally the foam latex that he was covered in, foam latex in its own makeup is a natural product, and oxygen in the air sucks out the moisture that's within the foam latex until eventually these creatures just crumble and die. The exhibition's perfect for Halloween, by the way. It's quite macabre if you go and look there at the moment, but we're trying to raise enough more interesting cash, obviously, to start restoring the collection. So I'm here today to encourage to spread the word, obviously. Go and take a look if you've not already seen it. Find your roots and your inspiration. Offer support. We've already taken in new donations to the collection. Mark's family have been offering a wealth of material, with other people coming forward too. This isn't an amnesty, but if you know someone with things in their loft that are gathering dust, then come and give us a shout. We've got some massive holes in the collection that we would like to fill, and we know those properties are out there somewhere. And it would really be really nice to reunite part of that collection. And all support's welcome. App makers and technologists, if you have an idea, then come and talk to us. That's certainly something that we'd like to do and explore within the collection. Designers and filmmakers, or whatever you are, the door's open. We see this as part of our cultural heritage, and we would love for everybody to be involved. And if you happen to know anybody with really deep pockets, in 2018, the Cosgrove Hall Archive will hopefully become a charitable trust. So we will be taking cash donations from next year onwards to help support research, exhibit and restore the catalogue of pieces. The exhibition runs until the 17th of February, so treat yourselves, treat your partners and your families. I believe it is a really good film for families. My daughter's 3. She didn't really get it, to be fair. But it is an incredible experience, and it's part of all of our culture. So thanks for your time, and if you can, go and see it. Cheers.